Hey, what's up everyone? I am Nitij and welcome to this tutorial on the prototype design pattern in C#. In this video, we will be discussing what the prototype design pattern is and how it can be implemented in C# using a code example. The prototype design pattern is a creational design pattern that allows you to create new objects by copying existing objects. This can be useful when creating new objects is costly or complex, as it allows you to create new objects by simply copying the existing ones. So by the end of this tutorial, you will have a good understanding of the prototype design pattern and how it can be implemented in C# using a simple code example. You will also learn how to use the prototype design pattern to improve the performance of your applications by reducing the cost of creating new objects. So to implement the prototype design pattern, first we need to create an abstract base class called as prototype that defines a method for cloning itself. And the method is typically called clone and returns a new object that is a copy of the current object. And here is an example of what this class might look like. So public, actually not class because it's an abstract class, so public abstract class and then prototype. So we will define the clone method, so public abstract prototype and then clone. Next, we can create a concrete class that will derive from this prototype abstract class and it will implement the clone method. So this class can be for a car and it may have properties like make, model, year, and so on. It might also have a constructor that will allow you to create a new car object with specific values for these properties. Here is how this class can look like. So public class car and then prototype. So let's add a bunch of properties. So public string and then make, let's make this an auto property. So let's add 3 more. So this is going to be the model, this is going to be the year, and this is going to be a list of other options that this car can have. So options. Now let's create a constructor. So public car and then I'm going to add all of these properties as arguments. So public car and then string make, string model, and then the year, and then the list of options. So make equals to make and then model equals to the value of the model argument. Here is year and then options equals to options. So now we have the constructor. It's time to provide the implementation for the clone method of the prototype class from which this car class is deriving. So public override and then prototype. It has automatically added the statement to throw a new not implemented exception, but we are going to return a new car object with the properties which have been already set. So make, model, year, and then instead of passing the options directly, we have to create a new list so that we will not be passing the reference of the existing list. So we will provide the existing options list as an argument. And that's pretty much it. So as you can see, this car class has the clone method which creates a new car object with the same properties. Now that we have our prototype and car classes set up, we can use them to create new objects by calling the clone method on an existing object. So for example, we can create a new car object called as C1. But before that, let's initialize the car's option object. So list of a string options equals to new list of a string, and then let's provide a bunch of options. So this car can have a sunroof. It can also have the navigation screen, and it can also have let's say leather seats. Alright, now for this C1 object we can create a new car. For the make, we can provide the brand name, which is Ford. Model is Mustang. For year, I'm going to provide 2020, or you know what, let's use 2022, and then we will provide options. Now here is a red line over here. It is because I have misspelled this options. So we have this C1 car object, and we can use the clone method to clone this existing object to create a new car object. So let's do that. Car C2 equals to C1 dot clone, and we also have to cast it as a car type, and as a result of cloning it, C2 will be a copy of C1 with the same make, model, year and options. The prototype design pattern can be a useful tool for improving the performance of your applications, as it can reduce the cost of creating new objects by allowing you to create copies of existing objects instead of creating new objects from scratch. Like over here, we are creating C2 object from C1 by cloning it. It can also make your code more reusable and easier to maintain, as you can create new objects by simply modifying existing ones rather than having to write new code for each new object you want to create. And this is how we can use the prototype design pattern in C# to promote reusability of existing objects. I hope that you have found this tutorial helpful. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching this video and have a great day.